Okay. Next, what is next? Let's open web program and see what, how it will be used at the soon. Okay, at the next lesson and so far. So at the next lesson, we will keep creating projects. So let me show how I created this project. And after this, it will just type in committee, nothing special. So how I created that web project. File, new project. It will open new project as before. But since it is Spring Boot project, I selected Spring Boot. Previously, we selected Java. Now it is Spring Boot. And when you create Spring Boot project, in any project, you care where it goes. So it is this folder. You need to give it a name. So project name will be DiceGame, DiceGame Spring Boot. But in this case, I put MyDiceGame because we will start simple, but what is posted, it is already nearly final version. Okay? So we will do it incrementally. So it is MyDiceGame. When you generate project, it will create folder MyDiceGame. Next, create Git repository. When you create Spring Boot project, you can have a Java, Kotlin, or Groovy. This is not the most popular, but it's supported. I wouldn't recommend to learn it. So Kotlin is good language. It's new, but it's hard to find information how to do this project either in Kotlin or Groovy. In Kotlin, there is only one textbook how to do it. In Groovy, 0. So there's no point of how would you learn it. There's no textbooks, hard to find tutorials. So it is for people who really into this language. So we stick to Java, and when we select this, it is build system. Could be Maven, Gradle in Kotlin, instructions in Kotlin, Gradle instructions in Groovy. This is really fresh. It's about 2 years old. Don't go there. This is old. Instructions will be in XML. It's still around. You can see examples with it, but it's kind of on the way out. So the most popular currently it is this one, Gradle Groovy, so we stick to it. Group. In your assignments, I will ask you Sheridan dot your login name. Artifact. Artifact doesn't have to match package, so you can change package. For example, to DiceGame, it will be easier copy-paste if you do. To similar. The same package is with our DiceGame. So we won't have to edit files. It's direct copy-paste. Otherwise, we will have to change a package name in files. Okay? Now, you really have to do 17. If 17 is not installed and you try to do it from Oracle, it shows error when you download. Go here, say, download JDK, select 17. If you install this from Oracle, keep it. Select 17, select Bellsoft 17, and select for your platform. Windows, you'll have only one option. In Mac, you have 2. This is for Apple Silicon, this is for Intel. In my case, it's Apple Silicon. And when I click select, it will download it and install it. So I will have this one as well. By default, I use Oracle, but it doesn't really matter, actually. But what is important, please still stick to this one. Do not use other things, just either Oracle or this one, these two, okay? I still want to stick to this one, or Oracle, okay? Others, too many options. If something goes wrong, we will not figure out why. Okay? This is recommended by SpringBoot website. Oracle just works, it's fine. Okay. They probably don't recommend Oracle because they want you to register, but this won't. Okay? So if I select it, I got it with download, and it will just download it. Okay. In Java 17, jar or war. A jar stands for Java archive. War stands for web archive. When you create it with jar, it will create it with one archive that will contain a server inside of it. So it will be a little bigger. But it's not that big to care about. It's a server that is included as well. And this is the best option if you host it on cloud. And it is also easiest option. If you select web archive, you have to install server yourself separately, and you have to link your project to that server, which is extra steps of complexity. Don't, unless you really want to play with things. Okay. So in assignments, in exams, this option. Okay. So again, name, create Git, Java, Gradle Groovy, group, name of the project. This doesn't have to match, but it's better to have something. Select Java 17. Is it download? If you have it, you select from the list. I had Oracle. I don't have this one. I want to see if it's working. This is why. Okay. And 17, jar and war. Not war, jar. Okay. And next. It's not the end of the story. And now you have options to select. SpringBoot, it is super wide, large, and powerful. Have lots of different options. This particular program is using only two. It is in the web, it is using Spring Web, obviously, it's a web project. And it's also using template time-leaf. Not every project is using template time-leaf. There are other templates, and most projects do not use templates. Templates, it's the easiest way to introduce web programming, and this technology is dying. But it will never die. And it is just because it's easier to teach it with templates in the beginning, and after this we will reuse these ideas later, but without templates. Okay? So selected only two. What is selected is listed here. So you can recheck it. And click Create. A new window, because if you want to keep both, you select a new window, and you wait. You see, it's already created Git repository, didn't commit anything yet. There is one file. Okay, it's still building, you wait. When it finishes, you will see Run button here. So this will be already fixed. You see, my MyDiceGame application run. If you run it, nothing interesting will happen because there is no code in it. No, there is lots of code, but there's no code that will produce something on the screen. So currently, there is only one file, MyDiceGame application. That is running my Dice application class with the arguments. So it is command line start of this web program. Okay. So it will indeed start the server, but this will not serve anything because there's no data to serve. So this is no data, nothing to serve. There is nothing here. Test is just generic, nothing. Right? So if we want to see something, we can add something, right? So let's add default HTML file, like index.html. It's not template, it is static, because it's not inserted, without any insert in it. In the next lesson, we will delete this file. But first, let's add it to see that it is showing something. So new HTML file, index. It has to be indexed because otherwise it will not find it. It is default one. It is used only if you really have to, like in this case, because you want to see if it is running like your Java Java machine is working, whatever. Okay, index. Okay, and add it to version control. I say for title hello, and in the body I will say h1 hello from the server. Okay, hello from the server. Let's run it. It started Spring Boot application, and in where it is. It says started on the port 8080. If your laptop is running something on 8080, it will not be able to start. You will have to change default port for your project or kill process that is running on 8080. Okay, so how to reach it? You go to your browser and type localhost 8080. Localhost 8080. Like this. Localhost 8080. Hello from the server. Okay. Again, this is not using templates. Templates are used just to insert things into existing HTML. Right? We will learn how to deal with it. This is not a template. It's a static file. Static, it's not change it on the server side. This is not change it on the server side. So this is how I want to leave this till next lesson. So let's stop it. And clone the project I posted on GitHub. I want you to clone this one, MyDiceGame Spring Boot, to see what we did in action with web interface.